Signs of monsoons. India needs better signs to prepare more effective disaster management plans. So it says that India should keep more effort and it should increase the amount of and it should increase the amount of research effort which it puts into calculating the disaster management plans. The Southwest Monsoon 2020 has officially drawn to an end with the Indian Meteorological Department (IMD) declaring a withdrawal of the associated winds and rainfall pattern from India on Wednesday. So the southwest monsoon of this year has been officially ended, and it has been confirmed by the IMD or the Indian Meteorological Department. So it has said that the rainfall patterns which will be seen due to southwest monsoon um, and also the winds which come due to the southwest monsoons have completed on last week's Wednesday. So because of that, it has said that the southwest monsoon season of this year has been completed. For the first time since 2010, India got more than 100%. The over 8% surplus this year has surpassed the IMD's estimates. So the IMD has estimated a particular amount of rainfall, but the actual rainfall was actually it was actually about more than 5. It was actually more than 8%. For the first time since 2010, India got more than 100% of its long period average of 88 centimeters in consecutive years. So the since 2010, the LPA or the long period average of rainfall is just 88 centimeters. Um, so recently we got a rainfall which showed a recording which is 100% more than the actual LPA. Last year, the country saw record rainfall of 110% of the LPA, the highest in a quarter century. As I said before, the as I said before the since 2010 until now there has been nothing showing 100% showing and recording of rainfall which is 100% more than the actual LPA. And that took place in the last year where the rainfall showed an LPA which is greater than the which is greater than the original LPA by 110%, means it is greater than its double, the highest in the quarter century. And that 110% is actually higher is actually the highest LPA in 25 years. In these 25 years, it is the highest one. Since 2000, India has never got over 105% of LPM in consecutive years, at least 30 years, according to records available since 1988 on the IMDb website. So, since 30 years, India did not receive a rainfall which is 105% of the LPA. Since 2002, since 2000, India was in a low patch with several drought years and had barely a handful of above normal or excess rainfall. Since 2000, India was actually having many problems with droughts and the rainfall was not adequate. There was not even an excessive rainfall to cause floods or things like that. There was no rainfall at all. In that light, the 2 years of a munificent monsoon could signal a possible return to a rainy epoch. So, as I said, India since 2000, India was not having enough rainfall. Um, so, in the recent 2 years from 2018, we have been seeing excessive rainfalls, mainly in the southern part of India. So this promises us that the rainy season may come back to us, and India could once again become normal with a normal amount of rains, uniformly all the time. While it could mean more rain, it also implies floods, overflooding dams, landslides, and loss of lives. When we know that we are getting more rainfall, it is not just a good thing, right? As we all know, if the rain is more, if the rain is more than what we need, it is obviously going to cause many problems. It may cause floods, it may cause overflow of dams, and because of that, so many people may die, and we can face, and the infrastructure of India may also get highly damaged. So when we are getting more rainfall, we should be equally prepared so that we could only take the advantages of it and use it properly. Moreover, surplus rains are not evenly distributed in time and space. Therefore, much like there are attempts to improve flood forecast warnings, especially the short-term ones, there ought to be commensurate efforts by authorities and infrastructure agencies to prepare for the environmental and ecological impact of excess rain. So obviously, as I already said, we should in India should make more research efforts so that it could so that it could so that it could accurately analyze the pattern of the rainfall, and from that it could prepare for the disasters which are going to happen, like rainfall. This year, the IMD undertook a long due revision of the onset and withdrawal dates of the monsoon in India. By this reckoning, the monsoon's normal withdrawal date was October 15th. Historically, this has always been a statistical average, and the actual withdrawal is usually within a days of this. Um, so this year, the IMD it had done a research. It has collected the day on which southwest monsoon started, and it collected the date on which it ended. So by using both these dates, it actually did a calculation, um, and actually predicted that the ending date would have been October 15th. But this usually is an statistical average, and every time the ending of the southwest monsoon will be approximately equal to that. But this year, there has been a significant delay. Factoring in these changes must become a key part of a state's and city's disaster management preparedness. So so India should make sure that from next time they won't have this much delay in their calculations, and they will perform it a bit accurately. In southwest monsoon's withdrawal also heralds the advent of northeasterly winds that brings in the northeast monsoon to the parts of peninsular Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. So now, as the southwest monsoon has ended, it is starting for the northeastern monsoons. As the northeastern monsoon, when it comes to India, it actually affects most of the region in the southern India, which is also a peninsula. A peninsula means a body which is covered by whose three sides are covered by water. So India's peninsular part is the part of Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, and so on. So the northeastern monsoon mainly falls in that region. While significant to the agriculture there, the northeast monsoon contributes 10 to 12% of India's annual rainfall against the southwest monsoons 75% to 80%. While southwest monsoon contributes an act when the while the southwest monsoon contributes a percentage of 75 to 80 of the total rainfall which India receives, northeastern monsoons only contributes 10 to 12%. That and its limited geographic spread has meant that the northeast monsoon is not showered with as much research attention. And also, southwest monsoon usually suffers. It usually showers on most of the India, but northeastern it is completely different. It only showers or rains in a particular place like the southern India. So scientists are not paying so much attention to the northeastern monsoons as the attention which they are paying to the southwest monsoons. However, studies show that the northeast monsoon rainfall displays significant variation, and climate models are fairly inaccurate in their forecast of its unfolding over the subcontinent. So this northeastern monsoons, these actually have a very variable behavior or very unusual behavior. So the data which the scientists have been calculating since years, every most of them are very inaccurate. So from next time we need to make this research more accurate. There have been significant investments in supercomputing infrastructure to simulate weather as well as to tune forecasts go beyond just giving rainfall estimates and factor in the average potential damage of the floods and cyclones. So, uh, so India consider its mistake or its downfall, which is inaccurate calculation of the northeastern monsoons. um, since then it has put more efforts and more money to for buying some machines which can show accurate data, and this time not only they not only give an accurate information of the rainfall, but they can also give the accurate information about the occurrence of cyclones, floods, earthquakes, and etc. Building on these, scientists must also put in more effort and design research programs that better analyze the vagaries of the northeastern monsoon. So, India is actually it is actually going in a good path. So it should continue its path, and it should also put in more effort not only to machines but also to the research studies which it does to calculate the information. Along with the more understanding of how climate is changing locally, India needs better science to prepare more effective disaster management plans and improve resilience in a warming world. So, um, what India is doing is that it is actually calculating the rainfall and the occurrence of disaster cyclones and so on locally. But India should take up the things more than that, and it should continue to plan disaster management plans so that when happens, most of them are actually not in our control. So when they happen, we should be prepared with our plans so that we can tackle it and save most of the lives. Thank you.